It is the third and final hour of the South African morning right here on eNCA. Thank you for staying with us. Riding solo this morning. My partner in news, Gareth Edwards, will join you for your headlines at 9 a.m. this morning on Newslink. But so much to cover, especially the latest in the saga involving Thabo Bester and Dr. Nandipha Magudumana. Well, of course, we understand another G4S employee is appearing before the Bloemfontein Magistrate's court this morning. He has been arrested for allegedly helping Thabo Bester escape prison. Now, police say the 51-year-old was arrested yesterday at the Mangaung Correctional Centre. And our senior reporter, eNCA Slindelo Masikane, joins us now to give us the very latest on the saga. And Sli, I suppose once again, so many flaws still continue to be identified in as far as G4S is concerned as a company, but also its employees. We know that previously we saw, former G4S employees being arrested. Another 51-year-old expected in court this morning. What can you tell us?
Well, it seems like the net is closing in on those who've been implicated in the Thabo Bester escape saga. We know that there have been a number of investigations that have been taking place internally as well as with law enforcement. Now, we know that we saw an appearance just this Monday of 4 people who have been implicated, including Dr. Nandipha, who was returned to South Africa from Tanzania with Thabo Bester after they fled the country. Her father as well was granted 10,000 rand bail, and we know that a CCTV technician as well as another G4S employee, a controller, or should I say a supervisor, were also in court on Monday. The 4 will be returning to court on the 3rd of May, and we are expecting bail applications in particular there. But now we've got another arrest of a G4S employee. From what we understand, this arrest took place on Tuesday. This particular employee was arrested at work, and from our sources, they're telling us that the way he has been implicated in this particular escape saga is that he was at the gate, essentially one of the security guards at the gate, either on the day the corpse was brought into the prison or on the day of the actual fire, the actual escape plan taking place. At this point, we can't confirm which of those 2 dates it is, but we have been told that they have been implicated as being one of the security officials who was at the gate and may have perhaps let in the van that was transporting the corpse, or was actually at the gate on the day of the escape plan actually taking place. But let's just take a listen to the SAPS spokesperson, Slindelo Masikane, speaking about the charges they're facing as well as how the arrest took place.
Suspect was arrested on Tuesday at the Mangaung Correctional Centre in Bloemfontein. He faces a charge of assisting an inmate to escape from lawful custody, as well as defeating the ends of justice. Police investigations continue into the escape from lawful custody of Thabo Bester. Our team's investigations are at a very advanced and critical stage. We continue to gather and collect evidence between Gauteng and the Free State. We cannot at this stage rule out the possibility of more arrests in this matter. We also continue to welcome the assistance from members of the public who continue to share information with law enforcement authorities.
I suppose very serious charges this 51-year-old suspect faces, Sli, according to Slindelo Masikane, facing a charge of assisting an inmate to escape and defeating the ends of justice. And, I suppose further confirming what Police Minister Begitele had to say, that more arrests were imminent in this case.
Certainly so. The spotlight is certainly on what law enforcement is going to do about the individuals that have been fingered as playing a role in this escape saga. So far, the criticism really, Dumelo, has been around the fact that we're seeing, not your average Joe from the prison being implicated or arrested or facing charges in this matter. And South Africans are saying, when are we going to see those high-ranking officials, perhaps in DCS in particular and in G4S as well, who lacked in playing their oversight role, in particular at the Mangaung Correctional Facility? We know that since the news broke of the escape, that DCS has not only instituted its own internal investigations, but has also taken over the running of the Mangaung prison. They've invoked Section 112 of the Correctional Services Act, saying that they need to restore law and order, in particular at the prison, because it's essentially been paralyzed when it comes to security protocol, despite the fact that it's really equipped with some of the most latest technology when it comes to security. It seems that when it came to the human element, that is what actually contributed the most in how this escape was successful.
Yeah, indeed, Slee, and also seeing the how MPs were, scathing in on G4S directors out in Parliament. This just shows the lack of confidence that both the MPs and the public now have in G4S after this prison break. We'll be sure to catch up with you again, colleague, as soon as there are other developments around not only this case, but also that court appearance this morning of the 51-year-old G4S employee linked to being involved to this escape by Thabo Bester, either on the day that body was, of course, driven into the unit, the centre, the Mangaung Correctional Centre, or on the day that Thabo Bester, of course, did escape out of prison. We'll be sure to have Slindelo give us the very latest from court.